Hello there, it's Red Robot. Let's have a chat about the changes to the Engineer in the Gunmetal update. There are a lot of them, and they're all very exciting. To me, it seems like the changes in general to the Engineer are designed around making him less reliant on the turtling style of gameplay, increasing his mobility and build speed, while at the same time nerfing the spam ability of his most despised weapon, the Mini Sentry. Hitting buildings while they are constructing is much more effective. Basically, Valve has made it so that paying attention to your buildings in their construct phase rewards you with less time to set up, meaning you can get a defense up much more quickly than before. Great. That hitting constructing buildings boosts build speed, but it used to be so minor that I didn't even really feel like it was working half the time. Now with the increased speed, it's really noticeable. It's great. Level 1 sentries are so big and vulnerable anyway, so they really need this kind of buff. Teleporters and dispensers now redeploy much faster. This is also a good change, because a quickly deploying teleporter or dispenser is never really going to be overpowered and hell to play against, and with the haul speed penalty reduced to just 10%, Valve is really encouraging engineers to pick up and move their buildings around. Thankfully, the Gunslinger has been changed. It's been really fun playing with and against the new Gunslinger. You have to be smart about where you place your mini, rather than just throwing it out there, because now they start building with 50% health. Also, they build slower if you don't hit them during construction. Also, they don't even drop metal when they are destroyed, so you can't recoup your losses. It sounds like all these changes would spell the end for the Gunslinger entirely, but there are a few more changes that I really like. Mini sentries build faster than before when wrench construction boosted. That's right, you can set up a portable defense in less time than before. The downside is, it's more vulnerable in that time period. When it's up, however, minis can now be healed. This means that you can use your mini as well as a mini sentry. Incoming damage, healing it from incoming damage from your enemies. I feel like this change punishes engineers who drop down their minis in bad places, and rewards engineers that can manage their sentry in a more responsible manner. It's also a godsend to soldiers who had to waste 2 whole rockets destroying something that an engineer can just crap out, as well as making all pyro and scout mains have some hope for a better tomorrow. The rescue range received a nice buff. It can now teleport buildings to you for only 100 metal. I assume this change comes hand in hand with the next one. The Wrangler has finally been changed. The ridiculous amount of damage a Wrangled Sentry can withstand has not been nerfed. Instead, the shield blocks 66% of the healing your wrench or rescue ranger bolts would have healed the sentry for. This change is a definite and hefty nerf, and I'm really pleased to see the hideous damage tanking abilities of the Wrangler, while still quite impressive, are no longer game breaking. The Short Circuit received a nerf, being transformed into an abomination resembling its first and most recent iterations. It maintains the primary fire attack that consumes metal, but it also has an air blast style projectile deletion secondary fire. Now that the rate of fire on this weapon has been dialed back considerably, I'm hoping it won't still be too unfair versus Demomen and soldiers. I haven't really decided on this one yet. On the plus side, it's starting to look like the Engineer's secondaries are becoming more balanced, what with Engie's awesome pistol skin and spect animation. The Jag got changed to actually do what it was intended to do, build faster. However, it also gained a plus 15% swing speed, combined with a slight nerf to the amount healed each time it swings. The Eureka effect has finally gotten through chemo, and it seems like its cancer is all gone. The previous negatives have been removed and replaced with a reduced construction hit speed boost and 50% less metal from pickups and dispensers, which doesn't really matter if you're teleporting to spawn them back. The thing I'm most excited about with these wrench changes is the fact that buildings do not self-destruct if you switch wrenches, unless you're switching from the Gunslinger to the regular. This means that a good engineer can set up loadout quick switch binds in order to adjust for the right situation. Setting up at the start of the round? Equip the Jag. Need to get to your sentry in a hurry and the entrance is down? Equip the Eureka effect. The diversity of wrenches and the ability to switch allows a more skilled engineer to perform much more effectively than an unskilled one, and I'm glad Engie is getting a chance to show off just how clever he can be. And that's all I have for now. That's all of the Gunmetal class breakdowns, but I still have one thing left to cover from the update. But for now, I'll see you next time.